So last night I decided to run out and hit a couple of dumpsters close by and lucked out. So I found a brand new pair of gloves that still had the tags on them. Found this bypass lopper that has a ratcheting action, way better than the one that I currently have. It was missing the pin, it was a return. So I just went ahead and took a galvanized nail, cut it off, and then rounded off the other side. So works out really well. I just cut a branch about that big around that my other one definitely could not go through, and it did the job. And it's got an extension on it, so these extend almost another, I'd say 50%, so that's going to come in really useful. Then I also found these pry bars. I've got a long one here and then two shorter ones, so I'll actually have a set like these. That is going to probably come in really useful as well. I'll hold on to those. Then this said it doesn't work. I'm not sure what doesn't work about it. I've tested it and everything functions as it could. I already have one like this. I'm going to go ahead and check out my other one against this one and see if the torque is about the same. These are Pittsburgh, so they're not going to be perfect, but for my uses, a couple of pounds off here or there is not going to be that big of a deal. So if it falls within that range, I'm going to keep it as a backup. And then this winch puller, it doesn't even hardly look used. I don't know if this was a return or what, but this was all bound up. So I went ahead and just took it all out and then re-spooled it, and it works great. The springs work as they should, and there's another one down here, and it ratchets. I don't have one of these. It's going to be great for around my girlfriend's place, either to pull something together, pull something apart, but it's something that I've thought about getting just to have. It's not something I use very often, but it's going to come in useful one day, and it cost me nothing. So I'm going to definitely hold on to that because there is nothing wrong with it that I can tell. So pretty good score last night. And then another score the other day, I found all these bird feeders, and I've got another one up there, and then I've got another one of those in another location. So my girlfriend really loves hummingbirds, so I figured why not pull those out. I had two more, but they actually leaked. These are fine, and we have a ton of hummingbirds already coming to these. I'm going to put a string on that one, bring that down, and then maybe one day I'll get around to painting that. But anyway, that worked out really well. So we had some hummingbird stuff to put in some, and then we used just sugar water for the others. They seem to like them all, so that was another score. All right, so since I've been seeing that the prices for scrap and copper are going up, I'm trying to figure out if this is something that I want to do on the side. So I went scouting today. I didn't film any of the dumpster diving, but I scouted out some industrial areas as well as a couple of dumpsters nearby. All of it's within a few miles of the house, and I have a scrapyard that I'm going to go to tomorrow and try to figure out what they receive, what they'll take, and then decide if that's something that I want to do. I only brought my Jeep with me. I didn't bring my truck. I wish I did, because I came across a lot of stuff in open tops that I could have definitely thrown in the back and used for at least shred steel. But some of the things that I did find here on the table actually worked out really well. So I've got all this insulated wire, and you can see here, I mean, that's pretty good stuff. And then I've got some cords that I cut off electrical items like vacuum cleaners and TVs. I found all these nuts and bolts. Now this stuff here, I'm actually going to probably keep. I love this stuff. I throw up in my mouth a little bit every time I go to Home Depot or Lowe's and have to buy a washer or a nut or a screw or anything like that. So I'm going to keep whatever is feasible to keep. I don't want to end up having 500 pounds of nuts and bolts, but some of this stuff is definitely going to come in useful. I go to this stuff all the time. Have this lock. This is going to be great as just solid steel. It's about 2 pounds. I actually have the key for it, but I just don't need anything like that. And then I came across this. So this is an entire box with the line, but look at the copper in that. Now I'm not going to strip copper. That is just not worth my time, but I am going to take this out. I will take off the couplings and recycle those as steel. And then I've also found this spool, which is actually pretty good copper in there as well. And then I came across this box. This is actually all aluminum, so that's cast aluminum. I don't know anything about circuit boards. I watch E-Waste Ben, but I'm not really going to get into this stuff that it makes sense. I'll probably just throw that in with shred. And then take off these couple of plastic pieces, and I've got an entire box that's cast aluminum, so I can just throw that in the aluminum pile. Actually came across some compressor oil, which is going to work well for my compressor and my tools. Just the front end or the front section of a winch. I forget the name of this. I should know it since I have a winch. Have a puller here. Now this is the only part of the puller, so it's only going to be able to be used for certain items, but I don't have anything like this, so I'm going to go ahead and keep that. And then even stuff like this, I'll come across probably a lot of bar. This particular one I'm going to use as a breaker bar. I don't have anything like this. And then even a air hose extension. So mine actually bent. This is going to come in handy for me. And then I've just got miscellaneous steel items here and bracketry type stuff. And then on the aluminum side, I came across these plates and then also these looks like electrical ends that are aluminum. And then a chunk of steel here. So I could have got a lot more if I would have had my truck, so that's something that I'm going to have to consider. I just wanted to scope out the area and figure out would it make sense to take my truck that only gets 14 miles per gallon and fill it up with stuff and make it worth my while. But since the scrapyard, the industrial places, as well as the other dumpsters that I've been checking out are all within a few miles, and if I can come across this just scouting, then I'm pretty sure it might be worth my while. But if I can get shred steel enough of it to make up for whatever I don't find in this realm as far as copper and things of that nature, it might be worth it. So I think when I get back from the sugar beet harvest, I don't have anything going November and December as of right now. It's going to be a lot cooler. I was sweating my butt off out there, and maybe I'll give it a shot and see if it's worthwhile. I mean, even $50, $100 here and there, since I'm not really doing anything else of value, it might be worth it just to put some money in my pocket. I actually enjoy doing it. I stay away from the smelly dumpsters. It's not something that I know a lot of people would be into, but I started watching different people and just really interested in it. So I like doing it. I like the thrill of the hunt. Maybe it'd be worth giving it a shot and just seeing what I come up with and what it all adds up to. So, and then I might figure out a way to show me actually doing the dumpster diving. I only use my phone that I'm using right now to record this, and I don't have a head mount, so that could be pretty interesting. I've seen people dumpster dive trying to use their phone in one hand and look with the other, and I really don't like that footage. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do in that realm. Maybe I'll show a little bit here and there and then just show what I get at the end of the day. We'll see. But all that'll come together. I just thought I'd share that with you since I'm looking at opportunities to try to make some money on the side. I am doing some other reselling business type stuff and selling something that is a hot commodity right now. Won't get into the details of that right now, but I've got some excess of some stuff that is really hot in the market. So I'm selling that to make some money to make ends meet, as well as reselling other items. And then I've got, some of the YouTube income. It doesn't add up to much, but I just got back from my Continental Divide trip, so my viewership went up. So I'm up to $200 to $300 a month. I might do a video on how that all looks at one point. But yeah, I'm just trying to put all this together, come up with a little bit of money here and there, and try to make it work until I get a real job for a month or two doing consulting. So I'll talk about that maybe in another video. But next week I leave for house sitting, a house sit for my Aunt Kay and Dave, and that's going to be fun because they have houses. So we're going to be houses. They have horses, so I'm going to be taking care of the horses, and then from there I go to the sugar beet harvest, where hopefully I'll earn about $3,000 to $5,000 over the course of about 2 to 3 weeks worth of work. So see how that goes. But anyway, I'm going on too much, and I will follow up when I have some more information to share. But thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you later.